Little studio on the tiny little Greek island. Oh goodness, I hope the microphone is working today. So, woke up today, oddly enough, 2 hours later than I normally do. I'm usually a 6 or 7 o'clock kind of person lately. Otherwise, it can be much earlier. I do like the 5 o'clock thing. Uh, but for some reason, I I woke up, but then I went back to sleep and I was up at 9:15, which for me is really strange. And taking note of how it alters my morning. Uh, Having to cut back on certain things that I normally do, like my journaling, which did not happen today, aside from writing maybe a paragraph. That's all just to get myself on time. And I think, though, because I woke up and it's raining, and every time that it's that that beautiful, calming, gentle rain, it is so relaxing, especially for me after this ultra hot Greek summer, which was very uncomfortable. I didn't like it. I don't like summers in Greece. Call me odd. I mean, yeah, maybe I'm strange. Everybody else wants to come here in the summertime, and I want to go. I want to go north. I want to go north. Anyways, I'm thinking this morning about that notion of acceptance and allowing. How do you actually practice? How do you practice that state of being without slipping off your goal or your path? A couple of things have been happening in this last week that have been tests, let's say, to the Orpheus idea, the morning musings that I did last week, where I talked about the mythological story of Orpheus and Nevrydiki, and how, because he doubted himself and because he uh, just wanted the validation or the outer I can't think of the word. While he was bringing Evridiki back from the dead, the only boundary around that to succeed was that he could not look back to see if Evridiki was actually there, coming behind him as he was bringing her back from the land of Hades. And so he's traveling and going and going and going and going, and he's got these thoughts like, well, is she there? Did Hades mess me over? And he gives in and he turns back and he looks, and she was right there. But as soon as he turned to look at her, she got sucked back in to the underworld, never to be released again. So the point of it is, when you have a goal, you just go focus on the goal, on the end result, and let go of all your insecurities, of all the doubts that you're having, the should I, what ifs, and all of those areas that tend to keep us in our own underworld. And so I have been kind of some things have come into my life in this past week that have made me want to, in my great enthusiasm, uh, uh, tempt me to, my goal is here. And this was like, well, just go and do this, and then you can come back to your goal. The goal is here, though. Well, what if maybe I could? It would be so much fun. It would be so much fun to be able to do this other thing. And there's a lot of good reasons to do this other thing, right? And I waver. I waver. Do I continue on my goal, or do I, it'll be so much fun. It's just a week or two. Big deal. You could do it and then just come back. And then knowing, in my gut that no, Vita, no, you keep going on your goal so that when this goal is accomplished and you're moving on to your next one, you will have expanded yourself, your abilities, so that then you can go and do this thing, and it will not hamper and it will not pull away from what you're focusing on right now. And for someone like me to focus for such a long time on one thing, and that is the success of this YouTube channel, and of creating this community with you, it's a difficult thing for me. I can easily slip off. I have for my entire life. So, and this past year specifically, coming on here and doing the morning musings, and steadily uploading my videos on this YouTube channel, and in a different level, I'm on a different plane of where I was most of my life. And in order to ground into this new plane of existence, this new expansion, this new grounding, which I had never really had before, it is imperative for me to keep myself focused on the goal. I don't know how it's going to happen. I have no idea if it's going to happen. The only thing I know is that I can focus on this, and this is where I am, and this is where I am right now. And as long as I stay there, it is inevitable that something will happen. And it is inevitable that success will happen, that I will be able to do this beautiful YouTube channel on creating art, on opening our creative space so that the creative flow, the creative energy can always be there, self-discovery through art. And I love it. And because I love it, here I am. And because I love it, I know that as long as I'm here on this, am I back? Am I back? The internet on this tiny little Greek island. Oh, goodness. Wi-Fi isn't the best here. I hope I'm back and still here. So it's difficult there are other people out there who are very, very grounded, and they come out with one goal, like, this is it, this is what I'm going to do. And their entire day is focused on that. For people like me, and perhaps for many creative people, artistically inclined people, there's a lot of moving and flowing and back and forth, and we're a little bit on the edges, the artistic types, just a little bit on the edges, which is imperative because it is on the edge where uh, uh, you step beyond the borders and the boundaries and try new things. You dive into realms that you don't know. It has nothing to do with your daily life. It has nothing to do with the things that happen in in the day, during the day. It's not, that's not it. It's up here, and it's flowing outwards. It's moving and allowing things to happen through that creative realm, through that creativity. Maybe if you're looking on the chakra levels, where um, uh, we're up in this area where it's not a pen. You're not holding a pen. You're flowing with the water, with the air, with new ideas. And if the new idea or visualization was a pen, you would not be able to work with it. You would not be able to play around with it. You would not be able to discover new things. You can look at the pen and discover everything about it, and then it's done because it's already manifest. It's already. So when you're, people like me, because I spend a lot of time up here in thought and imagination and the visualization and the ways to expand things. And then, you have to have the energy to pull it down and ground it into this physical place, right? To create a painting, to actually paint the painting, or bake the cake, or build the bridge, or whatever it is that each of us loves to do. So it's difficult for types like me, and I know there's some of you out there, to come into that kind of focus. And I'm not quite sure what it was that brought me to the ability to pull forward and keep myself focused on this one goal, this one here, this YouTube channel, this creative expression, this opening up and bringing in and creating community with others who want to learn how to paint, who need some kind of inner pathway to themselves through art, through chewing on these different ideas, and how it can all bring yourself, this creative channel, into balance, so that we are able to take in the energy and bring it down, put it out into the world, and have this open flow, this antenna like channel, this where we can take in the information, the ideas, the imaginations and the fantasies and the various things that we can play with. Hello, my dear. And then come in and really work it down and turn it into something tangible. And it is such a beautiful thing to do. And for me personally, again, I don't know how many of you out there agree with this or connect with this, but when you're this type of person and you're not grounded, not a lot gets done. You're not able to actually put things out into the world. And I think that's why I latched on so beautifully to this painting, because it was a process for me to move from the abstract and bring it into the physical on a daily basis, which centered me and just really grounded me in this part of my life. And that has helped me in all other parts of my life as well. This practice of creating a painting in my mind, seeing something and working with it, doing the thumbnail sketches, getting it down, pulling out my paints and cleaning off my palette, and laying out fresh paints and starting the canvas, finishing the canvas, and putting it out into the world. My way of doing that is online. I haven't gone any other way here on this tiny little Greek island, but that is my process. And having done that for so long, I has brought that same process into my relationships with people, into the way that I come at life, and understanding and knowing the process, knowing how I need to work with this particular problem, whatever it might be, how to work with it so that I can open up and bring down and ground it and release it into the world so I can move on to the next hurdle. And like the other day when I was talking about the slabs of marble, right? Sometimes a problem comes at you and it's this huge block of marble rock, and oh my goodness, what do you do with it? It just seems cumbersome and too big and impossible. But when you know what's inside that slab of marble, and you chip away at it slowly, and you're working it, you get the basic form, and then you begin to finish up the second layer, right, or the second chipping away, and getting the features of this beautiful marble statue in place, and how you want the hair and the flow of the robes will go with the ancient Greek statues, and then moving in and getting the very fine details of it, finishing up the problem, closing this big block of marble, which comes to you as a problem, and you release it into the world as a beautiful expression, as a beautiful statue, as a beautiful part of you, because you were actively playing a part in the manifestation of this beautiful statue from a big block of marble. So if we look at our problems that way, at the things that come at us in that way, it's fantastic. It's fabulous. And even if you chip away and you don't create the most beautiful statue to release, but you have created the statue, you have worked with the problem, and you have put it out in the best way that you knew how at the time. And that is the success. Not if it's an ancient Greek, an amazing, statue of Nike, which I think is one of the most beautiful on the planet. But it's yours, and you have done something with it. You didn't leave it a big block of marble. You've created something. And that's always in my mind. So for me, my focus is here. My focus is growth. I grow 100% organically. I am not able to do ads and pay for things and have people, fix my videos and do things for me. It's just me in this tiny little studio, and I trust that this growth and the success is inevitable. It's inevitable. Just because I'm here, just because I love what I'm doing, just because I'm learning new things in painting. The more that I'm here sharing that with you, the better that I am becoming as an artist. The more that I'm here speaking with you, talking with you authentically. I'm going to put it that way because I don't plan any of these morning musings. They just drop out of me. So it's just me. Some days I'm quite specific. Other days I'm all over the place. Sometimes I have absolutely nothing to say, and I just come in here and have a coffee with you. And in an earlier phase of my existence, that would not have been acceptable. I would have needed to be have everything perfect. I would have needed my teleprompter, which I don't use. I can't use it. I tried once in one of my videos, but uh, no, I can't do it. So I just let it go. And it's like, okay, this is who I am. This is me with all my glitches, with all my little successes, with all my failures, because I get plenty of failed paintings, plenty of them. And I'm okay with that. And it is through the messing up, through being aware of and acknowledging the glitches, that I am able to grow and to come back. So this past week, I had an invitation to something that's really important to me. I mean, just I really want to be able to do it so badly, so badly. I really want to go, and I really want to be able to do it. But it is, it would be an affront to this goal, to this state of our lives, because I need to include the family in this, to as we are working to, you all know that our fishing boat sank 3.5 years ago, and we are still coming out of it probably another year. And I need to honor that as well, as difficult as it can be at times, right? But I'm just going to stay here, organically focused on my goal. And let's see what happens. All right, you guys. Corby, darling, it's so nice to have you. It's so nice to see you. And we will get together again very soon. In the meantime, I will be here again tomorrow, provided, of course, there's internet and provided. But I will be here in front of the camera tomorrow, same time, same place. And we'll see what comes into the pipeline tomorrow. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, everyone. Be inspired, be creative, be you. Show your artwork out into the world. Embrace that creativity, that energy, that flow, and just enjoy it. It is such a beautiful gift. All right. Love you all. Bye.